Good evening everyone, it's the 19th of June, it's about 9:30 in the night. I'm staying on it tonight. I've been down here this afternoon. Some of the jobs I've been catching up with. I've just on the bench seat which I opened up to put the water tank in, I had to take all the panelling off, the wood panelling, tongue and groove. So I put all that back on, glued it all back in place, and literally this afternoon I did an undercoat on the wood. So over the next couple of days I'll give it a couple more coats. I've been on the outside. I've now got to a stage on the starboard side. I've now done all the sanding back, all the wet and dry. On the wet and dry now I do 4 types of wet and dry. It starts off at 600 grit, then I go to an 800 grit, then a 1200 grit, and then a 2000 grit. And then once I've done that, which I have finished this evening, it's time then to polish it and then wax it. I have made a start on the bow, but time was getting late and I was absolutely caked in dust and everything. So popped up, had a shower, and now I'm back inside. I have got a new little gizmo which will help me film what we're doing, and hopefully help Sharon when it comes to editing on her side of things. This is a little gizmo it comes with, and it's a gimbal. It's a iSteady M7. Now it's all singing and dancing, comes with like a tripod. That's that little thing I showed you which allows you to control it away from the camera. It's got all self-leveling system, and it will follow you. So if you've got it set up somewhere, on top of it here, this which is a light as well as a very clever bit of box which will actually follow you, and will tilt the camera to where you travel and move, so it keeps it all level and balanced and keeps it on top and pointing in the right direction. So hopefully this will help us give you some content and keep you updated on what we're doing and how far we're getting on with the boat, and yeah, hopefully it will improve what we send to you guys. So please, if there's anything we can do or improve, let us know. We're always out there to learn. So yeah, so rest of the things I've got to do will be tomorrow now. I've got to go to work, unfortunately. But all the pipe work for the water maker has turned up. This is some of it, the reinforced, some more additional blue, a load of Jubilee clips, stainless steel Jubilee clips. I mean, that's like 40 quid a box, but there's no point buying rubbish because they'll be just rusty, and you know, I want it to last. So yeah, stainless steel. What else did I get? Oh, by the way, the gimbal, the camera thing, comes in a travel box, all padded, and obviously allows you to look after it. So yes, that's that. What else have we got to do? So yeah, by the weekend, it'll be Friday tomorrow, I'll get all the pipe work put in, and then I'm hoping to actually give the water maker a run. Now I'm lucky actually where I am, because the water taps on site now, there's some of them are not drinking water. It does clearly say on there not for drinking. They do contain, it does contain salt, as in salt water, because the water comes from a borehole, and we're so close to the river here that obviously the water coming out of the borehole is salty water, not as salty as what you would have in the sea, but there is enough there not to be allowed to drink it. So I'm going to connect that tap up to the seaweed filter, which is the first filter in line of the system, and then turn the tap on, and then hopefully what comes out of the water maker, or out of this pipe here once it's fitted, will be clean drinking water. Now if that works, it's brilliant. All I need to do then is connect that pipe back to my seacock, its own dedicated seacock, and then when we take her out to sea, switch the unit back on, and bingo, it should all do the exactly same thing. Suck out the soap, spit it out the side, and give us clean drinking water. So yeah, that's the plan for the weekend. I'm going to finish off waxing and buffing the outside on the stern, and then giving it a wax, and then she'll be finished. The only thing I've got to do on the two rub rails down the side of the boat, they've all been sanded back, and I've just got to treat it with a teak oil, and that will just preserve the wood for a lot longer. And rather than varnish it, and I don't know how long the varnish lasts, it all depends on the sun UV damage, I suppose. But instead of having to keep constantly going around every 6 months with a varnish brush, I'm hoping the teak oil will last a lot better. So that's the weekend. So it's finishing off the waxing of the starboard side, teak the rub rails, and fit all the pipe work and get the water maker up to date running. And then I think that, well, we're away actually, so I'm away on Monday unfortunately, so I'm going to be away for 10 days, so I'm not going to have, well, I'm not going to do anything for 10 days, so I'm going to try and get as much as I can done over the weekend. And I've also made a bit of a boogie on the brand new windows, not the install, they're all in, luckily and lovely, apart from a couple of days ago I noticed there was some overspill from the 2-pack gel coat. So where I've been using the roller, the wind or whatever, it had blown small specks onto the perspex of the windows, or on 2 of the windows. And I tried to clean it off with my hand and some water, and it wouldn't budge. And I did a bit of a schoolboy error. I had a fine wet and dry cloth with me, and I just literally went like that over the perspex. Got the gel coat off lovely, but then as soon as the actual water dried, I realised what I'd done, and that was I actually scratched the new perspex on 2 of the windows, brand new windows, and I went online straight away to see how much the replacements were, and they're £130 each for a little bit of perspex. I was like, oh no. But I went online and I've seen something on YouTube how to get scratches out of perspex, and there's a company who makes free products which you do in stages, and it will come up and bring the perspex back to being brand new. I was a bit skeptic, but it was 40 quid, £38 I think for the set, so I thought that's got to be a cheaper option than trying to buy 2 brand new windows. So they arrived today, and I tested it on one of the windows. I'm glad to say they look brand new again. So when I do the second window, I will film it so you can see the process. And then if anybody out there has got the same, well, they've scratched the window or windows are scratched on the perspex, I can guarantee this product is fantastic. So yeah, for 38 quid. They actually do a smaller pack, but I didn't want to buy it and then it come to be little weeny little tubs, and it wasn't enough for the job. So I thought, at least if I buy the next size up, which is a decent sized bottle, I could keep it on board, and then if I scratch them again or they get scratched, I'm not going to be stressed the fact that they're ruined, because they're not. They can be absolutely polished back out to being brand new. So I'll do that over the weekend. I'll do the second window, which is actually in the bedroom, but it's on the outside, and I'll film it, and then you can see the process on that. Inside wise, we got some, I've used my little thing to show you. We put some new lights. I think they go wrong way. They call them pilot lights or captain lights. So I've actually, they're not wired up, they're just up in place where the original old lights used to be. The cable's been put in, but they're not wired up yet. There's a reason why, and again I'll tell you that later on, and I'll take a video of that and the reason why and everything else. So yes, I've got to inside, like I said, I've got to do a couple more coats on the wood slats for the sofa, finish that one off, and I think in the lounge now we're nearly, I've got the trims on the windows to put on. Well, they've got to be cut back a little bit. There's a plastic trim goes around the outside of the silver. I don't know if I can pin it around and show you. Let me just, I am liking this new, So these are the trims, goes around here with all the screws in, but there's actually a plastic white cover goes over the top of this, but you've got to trim the sides to get it to clip over the frame there, making a more substantial fitting. So that's something else on my list for inside the saloon to do. The water maker's all wired up, so oh, going too far now. So that's all done. Like I say, I've just literally got to put all the pipe work on and do a test run, and if it's working all fine, then I'll get it all pinned in properly, clipped in, like I like it, all nice and tidy. And then that's another thing off the list. The engine, the new engine, it should be here in a couple of weeks. It wasn't an actual brand new engine. I was looking for one, because I think they're about for 10 grand, I think, a new engine for here. And I wanted, if I could, try and source one, a second-hand one, where I could get it totally rebuilt with all brand new pistons, com rods, everything, all new injectors and everything else. So it's like a proper, fully reconned engine. At least I'd know then it's good working order, and I got a fair few years out of it. So that's what I've done. I've managed to purchase one, and to be honest, it didn't really, after I took it to the place who does my engines for me, he did say, to be honest, it didn't need stripping, it was still in good order. But I just, because I didn't know the engine, I didn't know how it's been used or abused, I just would, for my own peace of mind, I was happy to get it stripped, all new parts put inside it, rebuilt, and at least I know then we've got a good, reliable working engine for the next five years plus, 10 years. So yeah, so she's had all the parts delivered, so they're going to be rebuilding it in the next week, but I'm away, so literally when I get back I'll hopefully receive it, and then that will be the next real big job, I think, is to get the old one out, get the engine bay all cleaned up, and then get the new one in, and then we're literally 80% there. And then it's just really the top deck to sort out, like here, and we're going to Kiwi grip the actual top deck. There's a new windless, an anchor control box thing needs to go up. There's one there, but it's a manual one, and I need an electric one. So that's another big purchase to do. What else? I've just fitted aircon inside the saloon, or inside the boat, because it can be moved around to wherever. I'll be on another video, I'll keep you posted on that one. Yeah, we're getting there. It's coming on, so keep following us. If you like what we do, give us a thumbs up, and if there's anything you want to know, or anything you want us to do or improve, by all means drop us a comment and we will try our best. So until the next time, see you soon.